Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Andrew with Ant Outdoor, and this is Nate with Ant Outdoor, and we were just kind of sitting around talking about our top 10 favorite baits, then we decided to make a video about it, just kind of tell you what they are, where we throw them, what time of the year we throw them, and how we throw them. If you have any questions, leave those down in the comment section. We'll try to get to those. So I'm just gonna let Nate start off, kind of what our top 10 favorite baits are.
Yeah, and one of my favorite baits has probably got to be this soft plastic fat grub, usually with a darker body and a yellow or green tail. There's also the size bigger, kind of thicker with different plastic things coming off of it. But I think we could both agree that we like the smaller one, just because me and him, we're brothers and we're super competitive. So we just try to catch fish and beat the other one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'd always say, especially for beginners. Size down your lures a little bit, and size down your stuff, because you'll catch more fish. You might not catch as big a fish, but you still have fun. I mean, I just enjoy getting out there and catching fish. I mean, that's a whole nother video. But okay, let's go. I would say one of my up and coming favorite baits, definitely my favorite bait for this year, has been a creature baits. It looks something like that. There's different variations of this, some with a little bit thicker body. I don't know what exactly this is trying to mimic. I think it's mimicking a lot of things in the water. I've been having a lot of luck with this. I don't know if you've thrown this that much this year, but we've had a lot of luck. I've been throwing this Texas rig and mostly drop shotting it. Yeah, that's kind of where that's where I've been doing that, and it's been very successful for me this year so far. So
yeah, and I think you really can't go wrong with this one. I think we both agree. Any size of this silver fluke, or I guess any color fluke, just this size right here, you really can't go wrong with it. We usually throw it weightless in clear waters. Just trail it above the top 2 or 3 inches under the water. We usually have the best luck with that, but really any size. If you want to catch more, you'll probably use a smaller, but I think this is a 4-inch one, and catch just as many fish with basically all of them. That's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, if I'm in a slump, I throw a fluke. All right, so one of my, gosh, it's been something I've been throwing since I was little, is just a Storm. I'm sure you guys have seen, if you fish, when you're at Walmart, anywhere, Storm has these packs of these little imitations of perch. I've had so much luck with these. We catch bigger perch, we catch big bass, we catch crappie, we catch, I mean, anything, sand bass, white bass, anything you name it, we throw that. So that is something that I always switch to. I always just, you can straight retrieve this, or I get a little bob through the water. These things are awesome, and I like the smaller ones. They make a little bit bigger ones. I use these smaller ones once again because I want to catch more fish. So.
Oh yeah, I think I caught my first bass with a lure, with this lure right here. Yeah. Anyways, to continue, my next favorite has got to be just this popper topwater bait. And really, if you use blue, silver, white, or chartreuse, that's usually my favorite color. But I think so much that topwater is my favorite kind of fishing, just because it's so much more exhilarating. So a topwater bait is definitely got to be one of my top 5.
Yeah, if you're trying to get somebody into fishing, and you have a good topwater spot, that's the way to get somebody into it. Seeing a huge blow up on the top of the water is the absolute best. That's why I like to throw frogs. What's great about throwing frogs, especially if you are trying to get somebody new into it and you want them to have an exciting time, is that these are weedless. So your hooks should come out the back right there. I'll push that down so you can see that. You can throw this into the weeds, not going to get caught up, real easy to retrieve. They look cool, they look like a frog, and they're just fun baits to throw at topwater, and I've had a lot of success over with these, especially we get a lot of grass in Texas, and a lot of weeds and a lot of moss in the topwater, so great things to throw. So, alrighty.
For sure. And then my next has got to be this, any kind of swim bait that kind of looks like this. This was actually a gift. Thanks, brother. And I just like this because when you're fishing in clear water, it just looks so real and perfect. Like you just know you're gonna catch a fish with it. But it's also one of those baits that's super expensive. So it's like you're very nervous to get it, throw it even, because you're afraid it might get stuck. And I think it was last month I was using one of your really nice ones. And I was using really light tackle, and a big fish hit it. So it broke off, and that wasn't very fun. But they're really reliable baits if you just want to catch fish and you don't care about your money.
Yeah. Yeah, what best looking lure, like the most realistic lure in the water. Love that. Yeah, but if you do lose this, you go swimming most of the time. I would say probably one of my favorite baits to throw into the year, kind of into the summer, in the beginning of summer, is some sort of jerkbait. I think this is called Ghost Gray. I love this color. It works out really well for me. It just has a lot of action, and it can get a lot of fish moving. A lot of reaction bites off that. It's one of my absolute favorites. I also like it because this one's kind of a free float, so it'll actually float on the top of the water, and then it will sit, and it'll rise very slowly. But I also like that, like throwing it early morning, because it almost starts off as a topwater, and you almost could fish this as it's a very shallow. Anywhere from 1 foot to 5 feet, depending on how fast you're cranking it back. So it's a good versatile bait, and I enjoy throwing that. Like I said, at the beginning before summer starts, and at this time of the year, October, November times. So.
And I think the next bait is the ultimate make your day better bait.
Yeah.
With this it's an orange head with a white body, Roadrunner.
That's the only. In my opinion, this is the only colors to throw this in. I've never had success with anything else except for these colors.
Just the orange and white usually. But man, you can catch. I mean, I think we've caught even bass with this thing. Anything.
I was gonna say, I've caught a 4-pound bass with this little guy. I've caught, the same one, bass, crappie, perch, anything that is a predator in the water will hit this. I caught a catfish off of this one time. Just a great all-around bait to throw.
Any leg too. Anything. Leg.
Whatever you want to throw that thing at, it'll catch fish. So yeah, it's a great little bait. I would say my last, if I had to just stop at 10, I would throw crankbaits in there. And I like a short square bill chartreuse crankbait, something along those lines right there. Once again, I like to throw a little bit smaller one. I might go up, I think this is the size, 3. I might go up a little bit bigger, but for the most part, you just can't go wrong throwing this, straight retrieving it. It's an easy bait to throw. If you got the right rod, it'll work out really well for you. And yeah, so that kind of is wrapping up that. I would say as an honorable mention, this will make it 11. Some sort of jig. This is one that I've just got rigged up. I just pulled it out. We throw a lot of darker colors down here. So kind of your dark watermelons, like black with a little bit of red speckle. In the area that we're at in Texas, those seem to work out the best for us. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions or have any comments or suggestions, hit us up, let us know down in the comment section, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. As always, stay out there and keep your lines wet.